Whack-a-mugab, everybody. Hey, Bjørn-Rune Nilsen. He donated for me to put Kiss Killer against Ace Frehley's Loaded Deck. I was listening to this today, actually, after Bjorn sent the request. I was like, oh man, I haven't heard this forever. And I did pick it in one of those, I don't know if Bjorn got the idea, because on Jackson Rowdy's Pick Random CDs Against Each Other, this was one of them. And after I did the episode, I just put it back there. But then when Bjorn sent me the thing, man, I never listened to this, ever. And I put it on today, and let me tell you, I really enjoyed it a lot. Especially the live stuff. The live stuff is great on here. And I'll talk about those live songs when we get to it. This one sucks. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the new songs, except for one of them. And then the rest is a compilation, whatever. This I hardly ever put on. Alright, so let's get this started. We got I'm a Legend Tonight versus 1+1. I like Love Persona a lot, actually. You know, it's one of those unreleased studio tracks. I really dug it, and it wins, because Legend Tonight, it's my second favorite of the 4 new songs, but it's still not saying much. The first, my favorite, is really good. Alright, next, Down on Your Knees versus Give It To Me Anyway. They both suck. Well, Ace, I wouldn't say Ace, the Ace song sucks, but it's not really that good. But compared to Down on Your Knees, it wins. Alright, now we got Cold Gin versus Do You Want My Love? Man, when I was a little kid, I owned a New World Record ELO, and it was like my favorite song off the album. Then when Ace did it, it was like, not bad, but I prefer ELO. So I'm giving that to Cold Gin, actually. Next, Love Gun versus It's Over Now. Easily Love Gun. It's Over Now, I'm sorry, no. I don't like Second Sighting, except for Insane, Dancing with Danger, and Acorn is Spinning. I don't like none of the Todd Howard songs, and none of the other Ace songs, other than the 2 I just mentioned. Love Gun, easy. Alright, next. Shout Out Loud versus Shot Full of Rock. Interesting one, right, to go against? Yeah, I know a lot of you want to be that person, the countercultural. And you'll say, I'm going to pick Shot Full of Rock over Shout Out Loud because, you know, because I want to be that guy. Well, guess what? I want to be that guy too. So I'm going to give that to Shot Full of Rock. That song rules. I'll never forget the first time I got Frehley's comment, Trouble Walking album. When that song kicked in the album, I was like, damn. Amazing stuff. Shot Full of Rock, better than Shout Out Loud, in my opinion. Alright, next. Sure Know Something versus Stranger in a Stranger Land Live. This is where the live shit starts. And my God, Stranger in a Stranger Land, that live version, rips. But it's going against Sure Know Something. I love that song so much. I'm giving it to Sure Know Something. You know, it's weird. Well, you know, I just thought of this right this second. Kiss does these 4 hard rockin' albums, right? I mean, they're hard rockin' songs. They may not be good, but you know, they're trying to get more into the hard rock. And what do? They put it on a compilation album that has Sure Know Something, and I Was Made for Loving You, and you know, it's kind of like, yeah, we're trying to be rock again, but here's when we were disco. But notice, no Unmasked or Elder on this album. Alright, where are we? Sure Know Something wins. Alright, next. Nowhere to Run versus Separate Live. Separate Live, it's not that good, but I do prefer it over the studio version. And Nowhere to Run is the best song out of those new 4 songs. Definitely wins. I love Nowhere to Run. Alright, next, the worst of the 4 new songs, in my opinion. One of the worst Kiss songs ever. I'd put it in the top 5 of worst Kiss songs. Is Partners in Crime. What a dull song. And that's going against New York Groove Live. Easily New York Groove Live. And man, Ace's voice was so cool back then. He just kind of like talks now. Yeah. But back then he put a little balls into the vocals. You can hear it in this song. Totally hear it. New York Groove Live wins. All right, next. Detroit Rock City versus Rock Soldiers. Great live version of Rock Soldiers, but I'm going with Detroit Rock City because that's the greatest song Paul Stanley ever wrote. The Bob Ezra. All right, next. God of Thunder versus Remember Me. I love Remember Me. And it's not a live version. They actually put the version that's on Trouble Walking on here, but it's not live. It's recorded in the studio and they put in some live recordings. And what does they say? Hey, we're in Club Remulac in France. Is there a Club Remulac? Probably is. I don't know. But you should have said, we're in Club Remulac in Gendel, right? That would have been cool. I got to go with God of Thunder, though, man. Come on. That's just too classic. All right, next. I Was Made for Loving You versus Fractured 2. I don't mind Fractured 2. Actually, I like it quite a bit. But I'm going to go with I Was Made for Loving You. All right, then we end it with Rock and Roll Night versus Fractured 3. Again, I got to go with Kiss, man. Rock and Roll Night, I'll put above Fractured 3. So there you go, Bjorn. This here's the final score. And yeah, man, Kiss, brah. Kiss won this fucker, but you know, what do you all think? Leave it in the comments below. You know, if you put these two albums against each other, what would you pick? What songs would you pick? I would appreciate that. And I appreciate you, Bjorn. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this track by track. And everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please, please, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And ring that little notification bell. And like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.